All right, let's look at the solutions for slides 9 through 13. So we have point slope form. It says explain what the x1 and the y1 mean and what part of the line it represents. Well, all that is that's fancy notation for a point that's on the line. So we know a point is made up of x and a y, and all they're saying is x1. I don't do it on my slides when I write it out, but it's really a sub 1, and it's y sub 1 like that. All it's saying is it's x from the same point and y from the same point. That's it. Okay, so it gives us 1 point just from looking at the equation. And then the m value, the m, that's the slope. It's still the slope. So, for example, if I know the line goes to the point, let's say 7, 11, right? Well, then I know my x1 is 7, and I know my y sub 1 is 11. And my slope is whatever the number is in front of the parentheses, x minus x1. That is my slope value. So slide 10 says, name the 1 point you know is on the line by just looking at the equation. So, ready? We are going to make our point. So I get my x coordinate, so it's x minus x1. So since it says x plus 4, we know that's really x minus negative 4. So my x coordinate is actually negative 4. And then y minus 7, we know it's y minus y1. So that means that the y value is actually 7, positive. So again, when you look at the equation in point slope form, your coordinate values are opposite of what it looks like in the equation every time, right? It says a negative, we know that value is actually positive. If the value with the x is positive, then we know that actual value is negative every time. All right, so we know that point just by looking at the equation in this point slope form. So now, the next question said, we know that's the point. What is the slope of the line? All right, well, the slope of the line is the number right here, so it's 8. Great, we got that. It says explain how you could graph this line using a point on the line and the slope value. Exactly what we do. We would plot the point, negative 4, 7. Boop, plot that point. From that point, since the slope is 8, that's 8 over 1. We go up 8, right 1. Up 8, right 1. We know the slope has to be increasing. It has to be a positive slope. Now, from that point, negative 4, 7, we could go down 8. But if you go down 8, then you have to go left 1. Down 8, left 1, so that you still have a positive slope. That's how simple it is to graph a line once you have a point and a slope. Very similar to what we just did with slope-intercept form. The only difference is typically with point-slope form, we're getting a point that's not the y-intercept. Versus slope-intercept form, we always have the y-intercept as our first point, and then we use the slope. Here we have a point typically not the y-intercept, although it could be, but typically it's not when we're doing problems this way. And we use that point, and then we go use the slope from that point each time. All right. So now, given the equation y plus 11 equals 1/2 times x minus 8, explain how we graph this line. Well, first thing we do is we find the point that's on the line. So my x comma y, the 1 point I know I'm going to graph, is the x is going to be opposite of that, negative 8 is going to be positive 8. And the y is going to be opposite of positive 11 is a negative 11. All right, so it's 8 comma negative 11. So I plot that point on the graph. Then I look at the slope. The slope is 1/2. So from the point 8 negative 1/2, 8 comma negative 1, negative 11, sorry, I can't talk. What do I do from that point? I go up 1, right 2. Up 1, right 2. I just keep plotting a point. Up 1, right 2, point. Up 1, right 2, point. Oh, I ran out of space. I could go the other way as well. I could go back to that point 8 negative 11. I could go down 1, left 2. Down 1, left 2. And just keep put a point each time and then graph the line. All right, slide 13 says write the equation of a line, the slope value of negative 2 that goes to the point negative 3, 8. All right, so simply we would go with the point, let's see, y minus 8 equals, my slope's negative 2 times x minus negative 3. That's going to become plus 3. All right. And then how would I quickly graph that? I would go to that point, -3, 8. Slope value is -2. So from -2, I'd either go up 2 and then left 1, up 2, left 1. So my line is decreasing, right? Or from that point, -3, 8, I would go down 2, and then I go right 1, down 2, right 1, down 2, right 1. Just keep making a point each time after you go down 2, right 1. And then you have a plethora of points, and then you could graph your line.